Hello, and welcome to the brand new year of Titan Talk, a part of the Eastlake Plus, a positive podcast. I am here with my old school buddy, Mrs. Hughes.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here with you. We're off to a great start for the year, and I love being in the chair with you.
Yeah, how's your school year going so far?
I'm excited. You know, the promise of a new school year and new kids. And, you know, we just recently had open house, and there's just so much optimism in the air and so much excitement. I love, love, love this time of year. How about you?
Oh my God, it's so exciting. We just had our luau, and you know me, I'm really big on the tradition, but you know, it was kind of funny this year, luau, I didn't take my little ones, which made it a little easier to navigate, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, luau is definitely one of those things that just makes Eastlake feel like home. It's one of our special traditions, and I know all my students had the best time, and you know, our new ASB, Mr. Carpizio, they did a great job with the assembly and luau, and so we're off to a great start. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, but hey, there's a lot going on, talking about like fresh, brand new start. I don't know if people have been looking around or been driving past Eastlake. It's looking a little different.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure how much our community sees when they drive by, but definitely our campus is getting spruced up everywhere we go. You know, you turn a corner and look, and there's definitely lots of changes. But, you know, I kind of sometimes think back to like what the campus looked like when I got there so long ago. And I mean, you're alumni and now you're a teacher. What are some things that kind of stick out in your brain when you remember the campus from way back?
Yeah. Back in my day, when I arrived in 99, you know, there was a lot of grass. And I know that sounds so dumb, but like we have turf now. Yes. And it was funny, like every year when I go to homecoming, it's always one of those traditions. Like I remember when they drove cars onto the track because you could, whereas now not to knock, we have a beautiful field. Yeah. I mean, it is vibrant. You see the colors, you see everything. Yes. But yeah, that's like one of the big differences. Like I remember being on the track with those cars as they drove along and introducing the homecoming court. So it's a little different.
Yeah. You know, over the years, we've had lots of renovations. I know the turf happened in like 2009. And then when I first got there in 2000, we definitely didn't have the amphitheater. I remember walking by that space and people telling me, oh, well, when, you know, they were going to build the school, they were going to put an amphitheater in, but then it definitely wasn't there until much later. I know since, you know, the school's over 30 years old, it definitely needed some updating and some changes. What's going on at our school?
So,
update our community. Let them know.
You know, I was chatting with Miss Heslin, and it was really nice to chat with her about some of the more specific changes that are happening to the campus. So some of the big things, as you mentioned, the school we were celebrating 30 years, and it was definitely time for a little overhaul. And we're talking overhaul, we're talking like new floors, we're talking paint, we are talking just new landscaping. Right. I mean, the library is facing a huge modernization, which is super exciting because not only are we getting a new CTE medical treatment room and a classroom, we're getting 2 classrooms for our severe and moderate population and that are fully equipped with a sensory room. It has a hygiene station so students can feel comfortable on campus. Then bathrooms. We're getting super excited for bathrooms. That's getting really excited. That's a super important piece of feedback that everyone wanted. But not only that, within the library itself, it's flexible space where you can go, huge storage, which I know Mr. Ann gets super excited about. And then, you know, it's just a beautiful looking renditions that I've seen.
You know, when I hear everybody talk about those changes in the library, I think it's just going to help us to utilize that really important space on our campus so much better. I know that there's some other things happening on campus. Did you ask her about the Ruth Chapman Theater and of course the Keith Davis stage? What's going on in there? I can't wait to see.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, I can't wait.
The walls in the theater are blue. Yes.
I have not even heard that little bit. Are you serious? They're not going to be peach?
No. So in the theater, they're getting a brand new speaker set up, and they just repainted the black box. They have blue walls. It's again new flooring. I mean, it's again overhaul. And that's really, really excited. They just cleaned up the trim on the stage. And when I saw those blues walls, I'm all, first and foremost, I go, that's a beautiful color. But I'm like, holy moly, where's our walls? Like, what is going on with this right now? I was like, wow. Because I think I low key might spend more time on campus than I am at home. So it gets a little like, what do you mean the walls are gone?
Yeah, I agree. I think that sometimes those changes, we were all kind of, and I have to admit, I was a little bit reluctant about some of the changes. I love my classroom. My classroom was actually decorated by my students and my parents. And
That was so
so
pretty too.
I was a little one of the reluctant ones about, all these changes. But now, now that I see all of our classrooms are just crisp and bright, and they look clean, and I think it just makes our campus look cared for. And I have to say, I think that it does really go a long way to making the kids feel like wherever they're going, somebody cares about it, and they're caring for it and taking care of it and keeping it up. I think it's a good message for our kids.
I agree, and that's one of the big things is making sure that our kids are cared for and creating a nice space. Because again, of course, I'm a big proponent of when you feel good in the space, you feel good as a person in there. So when it comes to the classrooms, I agree, but I will not lie to you. When I was getting ready for the renovations, I took a picture off the wall. And you can just see like the color difference. And I'm just like, oh my God, I promise I'm cleaner than this.
Yeah, I think that's just a reflection of the campus. I mean, it's over 30 years old now. And as much as we like, the familiarity and the nostalgia of the way things were before, including our peach walls in the theater, I think that now, we're new with these renovations, but we have deep roots in the community. And I think it's going to just be awesome when the community gets to see it. So tell me a little bit. I don't know. I read the emails and I keep up, but I'm not super sure on what the exact timeline is of when we're planning on finishing. And then also, when our alumni are going to get to come back home, because that's what it's all about. And then when our community is going to get to take a peek at, all these improvements that are really there to help make our campus, which honestly, it's really like the hub of our community.
Oh, absolutely.
Really sparkle and shine the way our Eastlake community wants it to, and the way our community deserves.
Yeah. So a bulk of the classrooms are done. So that's super exciting. Right now, the main office is being redone. That should be done. I think they're checking everything off, and that's ready to go for fall next week. But if you're thinking like renovations in the theater, we're looking at this September, a few weeks from now, September. So that should be really close. So I think what's going to be happening is people are going to come to the theater first, and then it's going to like, wow, they need to see everything else. As far as the landscaping, so if you've driven past Eastlake Parkway, everything's kind of fenced up right now.
Yes.
But if you get a chance to drive through, you will see the front of the school. They're redoing our namesake. They're redoing the tile. So that's going to be really, really exciting. But all of that's looking at done is summer of 2025. That includes the library. So I was talking with the project manager, Janice, and she was like, yes, we are super excited for it. But, not to mention, we're actually having security cameras installed. But it's like, that's one of the things. This is a district-wide initiative with that. So, but of course, Eastlake, we're setting the example and saying like, this is something that's new and forthcoming. So that all should be ready for summer of 2025, which means that the next project that your alumni steering committee is going to be working on is bringing our, alumni home and kind of doing our own little open house and saying, hey, come look at us.
I love that.
I
cannot wait.
It's so great because it's just, as you mentioned, the school is 30 years old, and it's not so much as a sad thing is we want to extend the life of our campus because if we don't take care of it now, who's to say what we'll have to do in 30 years from now? So we want to make sure that, of course, we're extending the life of the school that we love so much. So I'm super, super excited for that.
I think it's going to be great. I feel like, as a classroom teacher, I am kind of in my little nook and cranny of the campus, my corner. And when I get out and I see all the changes, it really makes me excited. And I just know that, our library is going to be amazing. Our theater, where so many of our VAPA programs are just there and make our community so proud. I just can't wait to see them be on that stage that they deserve so much. I can't wait to work with you to see what you want to do for that open house for alumni. That's going to be something.
But what's really nice about too, if you can't make it here, we're going to come up with a way to get you all on campus in some way, shape, or form. So I'm really, really looking forward to bringing everyone back and showcasing all these major renovations because, it was time to freshen up a little bit,
Long overdue for sure.
Well, Ms. Hughes, as always, I'm super excited to be spending this time with you, and I can't wait for another edition of all of our craziness. Yes. And for everyone watching, thank you so much. Hopefully you're following us on our Instagram for Eastlake alumni. Hopefully you're following us on Facebook, where, hey, you might catch some glimpses of our new renovations and catch a glimpse of what we're chatting about. As always, thank you so much for watching Titan Talk, a part of the number of amazing content that's offered with Eastlake Plus, a positive podcast. Thank you very much and have a great day.